Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to do the first book haul of the year. I've been acquiring a lot of books in the last few months that I haven't had the chance to talk to you guys about just yet, so I wanted to go ahead and get right on that. One is one of my most anticipated Latinx releases of the year, and it is The Lost Book of Adana Mareo by Michael Zapata. And this is a, I think, possible dual time book. It definitely is set in 1929, but I think it also, like, part of it is a recent look back at the events that happened in 1929 and what that has to do with the now. It is a Latin American science fiction book. A Dominican immigrant named Adana writes a science fiction novel called Lost City. The novel earns rave reviews and Adana begins a sequel. Then she falls gravely ill. Just before she dies, she and her son Maxwell destroy the only copy of the manuscript. Decades later in Chicago, Saul Drower is cleaning his dead grandfather's home when he discovers a mysterious package containing a manuscript written by none other than Adana Mareu. What results is a brilliantly layered masterpiece, an ode to home, storytelling, and the possibility of parallel worlds. So this is interesting. I don't usually read science fiction-y things, but it's a Latinx author, so of course I had to. And it's one of many people's favorite book, or at least favorite thriller of a long time and of last year, and that is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I honestly have really no idea what it's about, but I have a manager who's always raving about it, and then I have a coworker who's recently started reading it, and both of them absolutely loved it. And it's a thriller, so I really don't want to know that much about it because I feel like I'm gonna spoil myself. Then I went to a used bookstore and got the third book in the Dublin Murder Squad series by Tana French, Faithful Place. I actually got this the day that I got to meet Olive in person for the first time, and she says that she really loved this one, so I cannot wait for that. Another mystery is The Punishment She Deserves by Elizabeth George. Now, Elizabeth George has written, I think, like a 20 book series, but I have heard that you don't have to read them in order. Yeah, apparently she's a really wonderful mystery writer, and I'm always trying to find new mystery writers, like more serious mysteries. You guys know that I love my cozy murder mysteries, but a little bit more serious mystery writers, especially if they're women. And this one has got a lot of rave when it first came out, and I kept eyeing it. Really, the title is what caught my eye, because I was like, The Punishment She Deserves. So I can't wait to get into this one. I don't really mind that it's gonna be like number 19 or 20 in a series. Then it's Down These Mean Streets by B.D. Thomas, and this is a Latinx memoir about being a Puerto Rican in Spanish Harlem, and I think possibly joining gangs in, just their life in Spanish Harlem, and kind of a reflection on that. And you guys know, obviously, Puerto Rican memoir, New York. Obviously, I'm gonna want to read it. Then it's one that I've already read but wanted a physical copy of, and that is Three Women by Lisa Taddeo. I talked about this one in my favorite nonfiction reads of 2019, which I will link up above and down below if you'd like to take a look at. Then it's another, this is an arc that I got through the store of another one of my most anticipated releases of next year. This one, I think has a mystery component to it, but mostly, I think it's the writing is set to be absolutely exquisite and very wonderful, and kind of brings Victorian London to life, and that is Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. So I think this is a mystery, a historical sort of mystery that apparently has absolutely gorgeous writing. Then if any of you guys have read Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred Taylor, this is now a young adult. I think that book falls in young reader, middle grade. This is now a young adult look at the family again of yeah, decades later. So I got this one from Penguin Teen, so thank you very much for sending it my way. I am currently reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, and really enjoying it. It is a middle grade about this family, the Logan family. The kids from the Logan family are going to school, and it's like the 1930s in the South, and so obviously they have to deal with segregation and racism and everything like that. So they own like 200 acres of land or something like that, and I think it'll have to do with their land a lot, and obviously everything that they have to go through being black in a racist America. So this is a sort of follow-up to that, so I can't wait to finish that one so that I can then start this one. Then a few romance arcs came into the store, and I picked them up because they seemed cute and interesting. One is The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, and I got this one because it has a Latinx author, and a wedding planner is left at the altar, and I guess maybe she falls in love with who was supposed to be the best man. Who knows? We'll see. Then I have one called Almost Just Friends by Joe Shalvis. I have never read any Joe Shalvis, but this seems, it's a cute contemporary romance by an author that I haven't read before, so I thought I would give it a try because I am trying to get more into contemporary romance. Then one of my favorite nonfiction reads of, I think, maybe 2017 or 2018, I can't remember, but that is My Beloved World by Sonia Sotomayor. I went to a local bookstore, and every single time that I go, I'm always looking for this book because I wanted to have it, and it's a almost like brand new copy of it, and it was $1. Target was having a sale. Actually, they were having a 2 buy 2 get the third book for free sale or something like that, and then each book was like 30% off. So I actually got Three Women, The Silent Patient, and then I got Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. It still has the Target stickers on them that I have to remove, but yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard all about this. Some people absolutely love it, some people have been hating it. I have no idea where I'll fall, but I love Leigh Bardugo, so I wanted to give her first adult book a try. And this is a campus novel, so you guys know I love those. Barnes & Noble is currently, I don't know if by the time this goes up it'll still be having a sale, but it's currently having a 50% off sale, and not on everything obviously, but on many things. And I thought I got 3 books from the sale, but now I'm not so sure. One of the books that I got that was 50% off was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and this is just a cute little graphic novel that is set at Halloween. I wanted to read it obviously during the autumn, but I didn't want to pay full price for it, so when it was 50% off I decided yes, I'm gonna take it, and I read it in a day. It was super duper cute, and yeah, I recommend it, especially for the fall time. It's super sweet. Then one that has been on so many people's favorite list for 2019, it is Catch and Kill by Ronan Farrow. He is a Pulitzer Prize winning writer for, I think, The New Yorker? For The New Yorker, yes, where he's an investigative reporter, and this is all about Harvey Weinstein and him talking about the concept of catch and kill, where maybe a news outlet or a magazine or a newspaper or something like that will catch stories, essentially own the rights to the story, and then kill it, as some have been accused of doing for, say, Donald Trump. So this is going to be, I'm sure, an incredible read that I cannot wait to get into. Then for Christmas, I got Strange Planet by Nathan Pyle. If you guys may have seen, he's literally all over Instagram, but he has these cute like alien comics where he just he will draw a comic about something very mundane, but because it's supposed to be aliens that are experiencing it, it makes it really funny because of the way that they discuss whatever it is, or the way that they just communicate. And so they're just really simple little comics, but they're so funny. So I got it for Christmas from a friend. Thank you very much for that. The same time that I got The Faithful Place by Tana French, I also got at a used bookstore Uprooted by Naomi Novik and In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Uprooted I've already read, but I want to reread it, and I wanted to have a physical copy when I did, and so I decided to, because I liked it then, but I want to reread it because I'm really curious to see how I would feel about it now. So anyway, I decided to buy another copy, and it was like, it was a used bookstore, super cheap. And then I got In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Ruth Ware has always been recommended as a sort of mystery thriller writer that I should check out, and so I decided to pick up a copy at the used bookstore. More used bookstore finds. This was one of my favorite books when I was a teenager, and I saw it at the used bookstore. It was, again, $1 whole, and I decided to buy it, and that is Leap Day by Wendy Mass. And this is a story about it. Actually, the reason that I think I loved it so much was because it was mostly, it has a scavenger hunt plot, which I love scavenger hunts with all my heart. And it also is set in Orlando, so a lot of the places that they visit and all of the places that they go to, I was very familiar with because that's where I lived. So I'm curious to reread it and see what I think about it now as an adult, but this was really one of my favorites as a kid, so I'm excited for that. Then I won a giveaway of Untamed Shore by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this is an arc for it. It comes out in February of 2020, February 11th of 2020, and this is her first non-magical story, and it is a sort of crime thrillery mystery that I'm very excited about, and it takes place in 1979 Baja California. Then I won a few things, which is surprising because I won like 2 things in a row, which was awesome because I don't tend to win a lot of things. But the National Book Foundation was hosting a giveaway, and I won. And they sent me a few of their kind of long list titles, some that I'd heard of, some that I hadn't, but it was exciting to get them. And the first is A Sand Book by Ariana Reines, and this is a poetry collection that's set to be very feminist and kind of a little bit avant-garde, I guess. I don't read too much poetry. Sometimes I feel like intimidated by it, but I'm excited to give it a try and see what I feel about it. So this was a National Book Award long list book. Then we have Disappearing Earth by Julia Phillips, which is, I think, yeah, it's a Russian, and it's a sort of investigative mystery book, which doesn't really look it from the cover, but I love mysteries, so I'm very excited about that. Then we have 13 Doorways, Wolves Behind Them All by Laura Ruby, and this was a National Book Award finalist, and this one I think is a historical fiction. When Frankie's mother died and her father left her and her siblings at an orphanage in Chicago, it was supposed to be only temporary, just long enough for him to get back on his feet and be able to provide for them once again. That's why she is not prepared for the day when he arrives for his weekend visit with a new woman on his arm and an out-of-state train ticket in his pocket. Now Frankie and her sister Toni are abandoned at the orphanage, 2 young, unwanted women doing everything they can to survive. And as the embers of the Great Depression are kindled into the fires of World War II and the shadows of injustice, poverty, and death walk the streets in broad daylight, Frankie must find something worth holding on to in the ruins of this shattered America. Every minute of every day spent wondering if the life she is able to carve out will be enough. But I do admit I do not know if it will be, but I will be watching, waiting to find out. That's what ghosts do. I don't remember that last sentence when I first read this. Oh, that sounds quite interesting. Death is Hard at Work by Khalid Khalifa. And this one is from a Syrian author. And it chronicles serious catastrophic civil war, a tale of 3 ordinary people facing down the stuff of nightmares, armed with little more than simple determination. So I know this one is a short one, but it's going to be super hard read, and this was a National Book Award finalist as well. So yeah, thank you to the National Book Foundation for sending those my way. I got another ARC, and this one is For Women Win the Vote by Nancy Kennedy, and it is illustrated by Katie Dockrell. And this, I think, is just going to be a history book for middle grade, where each chapter is a different woman that has been instrumental in women being able to have a vote. I am curious to see how inclusive it will be, because obviously we know that white women got the right to vote first. Native American women didn't get it for forever. Black women didn't get it for forever. So we'll see how inclusive this is, but I'm very interested in it. And then I also got This Train Is Being Held by Ismael Williams, and this is a Cuban American Latinx young adult romance about 2 Latinx kids, one who is wealthy and one who is not, and they meet constantly in the subway as they're going, you know, home or to school or whatever, and it is obviously about their love, and I think it'll have some social commentary in it that I'm really curious to read about. So yeah. Hi, this is Editing Roxanne. I got a new arc today and I thought I'd just show it to you guys now and not wait to do another one. So this is another contemporary romance called If I Never Met You by Myri McFarlane, and this is a fake romance trope romance book, and I know how much you guys love fake romances. So fake love to real love, I'm sure. The female character, I think, is dumped by her partner of like over a decade, and then finds out that he got some other girl pregnant, and so she wants someone to essentially just take the attention away from that situation and just give them something else to talk about. And then the guy, so the girl's name is Lori and the guy's name is Jamie, he wants a fake girlfriend to sort of impress everybody and like, I guess, show that he's a serious guy, but it's a faux relationship that I'm sure is going to turn into a super cute, super real relationship. So yeah, just got that arc today, and I wanted to share it with you guys before I uploaded this. Always let me know if you guys have heard of any of these, if you've read them, if you think I should make any of them a priority over the others. Let me know what you've been reading lately. Thank you for watching and for listening. I love you guys very much.